But you got to believe what you believe and hope what you hope and know that God has your back and front. So they were at the house crying and moaning and going on. And said, she's dead. Jesus said, no, she's sleeping. Look what the next verse says.
And he laughed him to scorn, knowing that she was dead.
They laughed him to scorn. They said, man, you have lost your mind. Man, she ain't got no pulse. She ain't moving, and she cold. And you talking about she's sleeping? See, that's why you can't let everybody in your business. And remember, all them people that were moaning and crying, wasn't none of them introduced in the house. Wasn't none of them in there. Because you don't need no doubting Thomas. It's harder to pray when you got people ain't believing nothing. See, they got some people that don't have nothing, don't want nothing, and don't want you to have nothing either. You see, everybody that's cheering you on ain't really cheering you on. They want you to fall. Well, how in the world did Andre get that pretty woman? If God has got something for you, it's for you. So they're trying to figure out how that happened. Being faithful to God, that's how it happened.
Amen.
Glory to God.
Glory to God.
Amen.
He said, you delight yourself in me, I'll give you the desires of your heart.
That's what he said. Amen.
See, people don't want you successful. People don't want you happy.
Amen.
People don't want you complete. They want you miserable like them.
Amen.
Jesus. That's right.
People look for measures to make your life complicated. Jesus said, she's sleeping. And they laughed in the sky. Said, she's dead. 8:54.
And he put them all out, and took her by the hand, and called, saying, Maid, arise.
See, you can't have everybody with you because they ain't going to help you. You laying bricks, and they taking the bricks down. You praying, and they turn the TV up. Well, they trying to disturb you. They're trying to stop you. So somebody know you trying to pray, and they'll call you on the phone. And know that this is your time you pray.
Amen. Yeah.
So people will try to stop your stuff because they don't want you to achieve what you need to achieve. Struggling with opposition. So some people you got to shut out and put out. You can't have everybody in your life because they ain't no good for you. And then people will say, oh, now you think you better than me. Oh, now, oh, you don't need me now. Well, I don't need you all the time. You just thought I did.
My Lord.
See, I was doing this before you even came around. And see, sometimes people you think I need you. See, people are trying to get the upper hand on you. See, if God be for you, he's more than the whole world against you.
Amen.
Glory to God.
And people can't stop nothing that God is doing.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Amen. Glory to God.
If you act up, they'll give me somebody else.
That's right. Amen.
So don't think you the one, because you ain't.
My God.
If they're crying and acting crazy and going on, Jesus had to pull them out. Because everybody ain't on your side.
Amen.
People look in your face and think you love you, but they don't.
Amen. True.
My Jesus.
I mean, it shows.
Yes, it
You
does.
can tell somebody loves you when they don't.
Amen.
That's right. Amen.
See, love ain't a word, it's action.
That's right.
And see, we don't have a lot of preachers who really love, who really care about you, who really concerned about
Amen.
you. Huh? And when you find one, you definitely better hold on to them.
That's right.
Because they ran far out.
My Lord.
See, people attack themselves to you because of what you can give them. And if you don't offer nothing to them, they ain't going to have nothing to do with you. So that's why you got to separate yourself. You can't let everybody in. Jesus had an inner circle, and he didn't let everybody in that circle. Because you got to know who really loves you.
Amen.
So he put them out. Because they didn't mean you no good no way. Next verse.
And her spirit came again, and she arose straightway, and he commanded to give her meat.
Now give us something to eat. Now don't you know, them people he put out couldn't believe their very eyes. Because they laughed at him. And see, when you become successful, people are astonished because they didn't believe it was going to happen. And then they're trying to figure out, how did you do it? Simple. It's God.
Amen.
Amen. Glory to God.
Because you didn't help.
Right.
Amen.
Next verse.
And her parents were astonished, but he charged them that they should tell no man what was done.
In other words, you can't tell everybody your business. Because they try to find fault in it. The Bible says you let him hear what the Spirit is sent to the church. You can't share everything. And you can't tell everything. See, when they came at us about the boy, we ain't say nothing to them about the girl. We just believe God for the girl. And everything we asked for, we got. So when you live for God, God's going to bless you. He's going to reward you. He's going to give you your heart desire. It's just a matter of time.
Yes.
Basically, that's all you got is time. The more time you give God, the more time God going to give you.
Thank you, Jesus.
Struggling with opposition. But there's some things we're going to have to deal with until Jesus comes, or till we leave out of here. But he said, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. So we got to understand, regardless of what grabs hold of you, ain't going to keep you. Ain't going to stop you. Because he's promised, I'm on your side.
Amen.
When Elijah and his servant was surrounded by the Syrian army, it looked hopeless. Definitely all of them going to die in that house. That's what it looked like. But for some reason, Elijah was cool, calm, and collected. The servant was one bent out of shape. Because he telling Elijah, look, they're going to kill us. They surrounded the house, so there ain't no way for us to get out. Elijah said, Lord, let them see what I see. See, you don't always see what God is doing. And when his eyes were opened up and he saw it was more for them than against them, then he got boastful. He saw the fiery chariots, the swords of flame, and it was more them than the ones that was against them. And Elijah just spoke. And they all were blind. See, one thing you got to understand, if God is on your side, can't nobody hurt you harm. I know the lady got shot 6 or 7 times. She didn't die. By her own husband. Because only God can take life or give permission for life to leave. Huh? Regardless of what people do. But know this. We all have opposition. We all have struggles. And that brings forth our testimony. Bible says we overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. This is how we help and increase somebody else's faith by what we have to deal with personally. Because if you don't go through that, you can't tell about it. Give God the praise.
Glory to God.
Hallelujah.
Struggling with opposition.
Yes.
Struggling with opposition.